Go with our good friend with Matrix Shafts, the guy who is putting the right clubs in and the right shaft in the clubs of a lot of guys on the PGA Tour, as well as you and me and anybody else that wants to improve their game. You go with Matrix Shafts, you can't lose. Joe Miera is the man that's traveling the tour, taking care of Matrix Shafts with all the pros. Joe, how you doing?
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm watching Bill Murray on ESPN right now in his camouflage shoot. You got Bill Murray hooked up with Matrix Shafts yet?
No, I didn't get him hooked up, but I did a lot of different players this week. It was kind of interesting.
But not Bill Murray. Does this tournament, and I guess you're back in town now? You're back here in the Metroplex?
Yeah, it's a normal Sunday. I'm getting ready to pack up and leave here shortly and maybe watch some golf today since we do have some top players up there on top of the leaderboard.
So how nice was it last week when the few days you got to spend in at Pebble Beach? Do you love it out there?
Yeah, I do, because you get to see a lot of the stars, and it's a special place. I don't think there's any other venue that can compare to it.
Seems like, people have brought up a number of high-profile golfers, Ricky Fowler being one of them, some guys that have changed their equipment out, always looking to fix things. In your business, we've talked about this before, are you, not you, but in the business, is there some insecurity because there's so much change? That means there's guys that are open to switching to Matrix Shaft if they're not already playing it, but it also means if things don't go well for them and they're playing Matrix Shafts, that they might be looking to go elsewhere. It seems like you got to constantly be juggling a bunch of balls to keep people happy, don't you?
Yeah, especially with the new season, the new introduction of all the different OEMs have the brand new stuff like TaylorMade and Adams. They all introduce, new equipment, new products. So it's the beginning of the year is always interesting to try to keep everybody happy and make sure that you don't lose your players. The
equipment, the technology keeps getting better and better, like Matrix Shafts. Just give me an idea. Just amaze me with the technology. What kind of fibers or technology is involved in the Matrix Shafts? You've got all kinds of different fiberglasses or graphite, or what kind of goes into that? A combination of all that stuff, I guess.
Yeah, one of our premier shafts, the TPHD design, has an interply hybrid technology, and that has material from 5 different continents, and we have some Xylon and GMAT and a bunch of other different.
You're making these words up now, aren't you, Joe?
Pretty much.
It's pretty incredible what goes in it. Now, this is something that the pros obviously care about, but everybody that plays golf needs to have better clubs, better shaft. The shaft is, as we always say, the engine of the club that really makes the ball fly. For the typical average golfer, if a guy's an 18 handicap or something like that, how can a different shaft help his game out? More length in his drive, more control with his irons?
Yeah, it really depends on what you need. In fact, just this week, for instance, we have 18 different models of Matrix in play at the tournament. So if you look at that, that's a lot of different variety of what you can fit with, your players out on tour, and that doesn't even take care of, the amateur type player.
Hey, Joe, this is Steve Johnson. I wanted to ask you, for our listeners, what would be the best way for them to get to figure out what shaft is best for them? What would you recommend? Like, for the average guy here living in Dallas, what should he do? Well,
the first thing he needs to do is find a local Matrix dealer, which we have a couple around in town. In fact, he had Sellinger's Golf on earlier last year, and they use Matrix. And there's a couple other dealers here in Dallas. I know Bill Chung uses it up in here in northern Dallas too. The biggest thing is to get with a certified fitter and make sure that he has a Matrix in his fitting cart, and he can go ahead and fit you with a different type of shaft that you need.
What's the process? I mean, do you just get a lot of different clubs and try different shafts, and that's the best for you? Or are there some parameters that you look at based on your club head speed, or angle of approach, or
body
ball
type,
speed, or what are the factors that these fitters are going to be looking at?
There's the main factors are club head speed, and then one thing that people don't take account is their body. Depending on your swing, there's some fast type of swings and slow type, and that has something to do with what kind of shaft you use. And also, launch and spin characteristics of how the ball's flying. There's a few different factors that you need to take into consideration.
And if people want to know more about your clubs in particular, Matrix, you have a website, I'm assuming, that they can check the different styles out?
Yeah, matrixshafts.com. We have all our information on there. I will say that if you want to watch the AT&T Pebble Beach, you can watch the first and second and a couple of tied for fourth players, and they'll show you how to use Matrix.
You're not going to name names?
I'm not naming any names.
Just currently, maybe the guy who's leading the tournament might be playing Matrix, you're saying?
And the one in second, and a couple tied for fourth.
Very nice.
You got to guess which ones they are. They are great shafts. I play them personally, and you guys do an awesome job. They're the ones that everybody needs to be checking out because, again, as much as people want to look at a different head for the driver or 3-wood or hybrids or whatever it might be, it really is all about the shaft as far as how that shot's going to end up being longer, shorter, down the fairway, and a better feel for it. It's about the shaft, so be sure to check out Matrix Shafts. Who's your favorite celebrity before I let you go? Anybody you met out at Pebble Beach that dazzled you?
Yeah, actually, I spent some time with Reggie Jackson this week, and spent probably about an hour total, and it was really interesting listening to him talk about when he was coming up and talking about the game, and I was really happy. I'd met him before, but he spent some quality time with me this week, and it was really nice.
Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson. Is he now playing Matrix Shafts, I'm guessing?
Yeah, we have him and a few other players. He's been using our product for a while, but he's never took the time to spend with me, and it was, to listen to an athlete and an icon like him, and it's pretty amazing. Very
cool. You're a baseball fan, so Reggie would be a thrill to talk to a Hall of Famer like that. All right, you're heading to L.A. next week, or this week, I guess?
L.A. tonight. I do have one last thing I have to say is that the number one most used shaft model at Pebble Beach is made by Matrix.
No way.
Just saying.
Just saying. And you might want to watch a few of the guys that are playing Matrix Shaft. Joe Miera with Matrix Shafts. We do appreciate your time. Thanks so much, and continued success out on the tour.
Thanks, Tim. You guys have a great day.
Okay. We appreciate it. Look at that. He's not going to name names. He's not pushy. Man, I'd be telling you everybody's playing Matrix Shafts if they're my guys. But it is a funky job because something goes wrong and it's always the equipment, right? I mean, me, amateurs as well as pros. It's not me. Something wrong in this club here, so I got to fix that
business,
club.
It's a highly competitive business. The manufacturers beat them down, because they have so many different options.
Yeah, well, you heard all the
Graphite
different stuff that goes on
and
there.
Aldela and all these other shaft companies.
He's making it up. I mean, Xeon and stuff on there. Come on, it's not even a product. What is that? We have to travel to Pluto to get this small bit of uranium that goes in our shaft.